Last month I read You by Kepnes. That was wild, so let's review this book. So first, what is it about? Kepnes tells the story of a good-looking bookseller named Joe, who right from the first page falls in love with Beck, a customer who's a college student. The whole book is about their relationship from Joe's perspective as he becomes more and more obsessed with her.
I'm not a maybe, I'm the one.
Okay. So the story is pretty simple, but it contains a lot of plot twists that are compelling and surprising for most of them, which make this book kind of a page turner. The ending could have been more developed, to be honest, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the show. Now, regarding the writing style, it's very fast-paced. It's a 400 pages long book, so you basically have really short chapters with a lot of information, which makes it very easy to read. The story is narrated by Joe himself, so the writing style is pretty fluid and written as he would think, without focusing on lengthy descriptions and putting forward his anxieties and many relatable dialogues and monologues. One of the strengths of this book is the characters, especially Joe Goldberg. As creepy as he can be, the author locks the reader in his mind, his troubled mind, and focuses on every aspect of his personality, which makes him both horrible and human. And he feels real, so you may start to feel some empathy for Joe Goldberg, maybe even some obsession. Beck is more of a background character. We only see her when Joe does, so the reader doesn't build the same complicity with her that he does with Joe. And now some food for thoughts by the author. What I loved about this book is how it uses social media both to develop the story and to prove a point. Privacy is hard to maintain and nourish nowadays.
Every account set to public, you want to be seen, heard, known. Of course, I obliged.
Okay. Moreover, the author seems to criticize how snobbish and obnoxious some people can be, especially rich people and college students in this book, to highlight that Joe didn't go to college and yet he's more educated than them all.
Now, Joseph.
Just Joe.
Where'd you go?
I didn't.
And finally, you can see that Kepnes loves literature. Joe keeps recommending books to people and trash people who read mainstream authors like King, even if he himself is a fan of his older books. It's like the author is giving you some recommendations and her opinion on the book industry through Joe.
Have you read her fiction? Desperate Characters is her best.
That's what I keep hearing.
You haven't read
I know.
Kill me.
So I would recommend this book to anyone who's not easily offended by explicit scenes and who enjoys a fast-paced novel that makes you reflect on love, relationships, social media, and that stays with you long after you've finished it. And if you've seen the show on Netflix, I highly recommend this book. Even though it's kind of the same story, some characters are missing, and it's basically a condensed version of what's good about the show with some additional scenes, some additional things about Joe that are really interesting. So read this, you'll love it. To conclude, that was a great reading experience. Both as a standalone or as a complement to the show, it's fast-paced, very enjoyable. So that's a 9 out of 10 for me. See you guys.